let me start off. Well, let me just say something about the Ron Wyden event, since that was brought up, just to kind of get that a bit off my chest. I was there last week, and actually Al and I were both there, and it was a frustrating experience for me. You're all familiar with what happened that day. It was.
You should probably ask how many people were all
yeah, how many people were there, actually? Oh, well, a lot of you were, yeah, okay. It was, so it was a regularly scheduled town hall that Ron Wyden did at Portland Community College at the Southeast campus. And it was very well attended, and there were a lot of people there to talk about a lot of issues. You know, just as it was just getting started, a large group of people who were there to protest the, you know, the terrible police shootings and the, you know, the issues around, you know, Ferguson and police accountability, or a sense of a lack of police accountability, et cetera, were able to come into the room even though it was full, and sort of took over. And it was then, you know, the group talked for, or they didn't talk, they just, you know, kind of marched and chanted for about 10 minutes or so, and then stopped because one of the things that the senator wanted to do was to recognize a 100-year-old veteran who was there and who was owed some medals. And it was actually very, you know, it was a very nice thing, and you know, and the protesters, you know, I think showed, you know, very good, I thought admirable deference in allowing that to happen. But then it immediately became clear that the town hall was not going to happen, you know, because they, you know, just wanted to, you know, they're so passionate about their issue that they wanted that to be the only issue that was going to be addressed in the town hall, which was, you know, obviously a problem because a lot of people were there to talk about a lot of things. And it, you know, for me, it was very, you know, it was very difficult because on the one hand, I was fully sympathetic with their issue, and I was really excited to see so many, there were a lot of young people, you know, within that group, and I was really excited to see them engaged. But I was also frustrated that, you know, to be honest, it really reminded me a lot of what, fortunately, we haven't experienced here, but I know some of my colleagues have, where people from the Tea Party have come in and, you know, just, you know, insisted that it just really disrupted it. And, you know, I know that, you know, we all have different ideas about what democracy is and what democracy should look like. But, you know, I think most of us would agree that, you know, democracy requires us to create space in which people can dialogue. And you know, that unfortunately, you know, didn't happen there. And you know, one of the things I'm really grateful about in these coffees and town halls that I've been able to have since I was first elected, you know, is that you know, we are able to talk about things. And you know, in that situation, you know, I thought it would have been perfectly appropriate, from my perspective, for that demonstration to have happened for the first few minutes, you know, maybe 10 minutes or so. They had a very good point and a strong point, I think, that, you know, that really was worth hearing. But to then, you know, insist essentially that the town hall come to an end was, you know, that was frustrating. They came to talk, but not to listen, and not even to talk, really. So, yeah, Greg?
I just want to point out that I know everybody was there, and some people have different perspectives, right? That there was also a protest against the Trans-Pacific Partnership, There was also a protest in favor of healthcare for all Oregon, in favor of single payer. And you didn't mention the fact that Senator Wyden invited the protesters in, which I found admirable, and
Yeah.
I'm sorry that they weren't better led so that their leader escorted them out when they made the point.